everybody's homies. Let's do this hip-hop. Pull up on the track like I'm drunk off the liquor. Certain people all the facts with the funk I deliver. I remember being blacked and sunk in the river. Came back with the cracking. What's up? My niggas homie hit me on the jack. What's up? How you living? We was living in the back, moved up with the quickness. I ain't trying to mac. Bust and deliver, bust and deliver. I just get a rush from them feelings, so I'm crushing them niggas. Royal flush on my fingers, touching them figures. Yeah, that part. I be running with these feelings that be coming from this living. Just be leaving many people with a black heart. But we gon' be alright. Yeah, this shit is on sight. I be dealing with the devil almost every other night. And I see my homie Trevor taking every single flight.
All right, guys, it's ISSA. I'm out here on 124th Street in Morningside, and we're out here with the Liberation Coalition. They're holding a I'm sorry, looks like someone was waving to me. But yeah, we have a few organizations out here, antifascism.org, Black Lives Matter, NYC Shut It Down is out here, refusefascism.org, the Liberation Coalition, People's Power Assembly. Hey Blondie, what's going on? Today's broadcast is it's kind of twofold. Usually Mondays you guys see me cover the People's Monday, which is by NYC Shut It Down, one of the organizations here. And there's also the Liberation Coalition, which called for a joint demonstration between the local groups to go to Columbia University. There is I want to say alleged alt-right member named Mike Cernovich, who also uses the Periscope program. He is speaking at Columbia University, and he has been considered a rape apologist. Some of his disparaging remarks about what rape is and what qualifies as rape is disturbed a lot of people, and this is why so many people are out here tonight in protest of him being invited to speak at Columbia. Don't allow Cernovich to interview any of you. Cernovich isn't out here. There was a little friction earlier between, I believe, what the protesters considered fascists out here live streaming. But I'm going to go straight to the demonstration. You can hear them behind me speaking. So I'm going to go in straight and just show you guys what's going on, all right?
In response to national outcry over the massacre. White nationalist Mike Cernovich. Tweeted, "Spare us the sanctimony." Cernovich's claims of white genocide were echoed by Ruth, who said during the shooting that Black Americans are raping our women and are taking over our country. Along with the killing of Reverend Pickney. Ruth murdered church members. DePayne Middleton. Dr. Daniel Simmons. Sharonda Coleman Singleton. Cynthia Marie. Graham Hurd. Susie Jackson. Ethel Lee Lance. Shawanda Sanders. And Mira Thompson. If you believe that Black Lives Matter, if you believe that the lives of all of the people murdered in this church matter, then stand with us tonight and raise your fist in solidarity.
Black Lives Matter.
All lives will matter when Black Lives Matter. All lives will matter when Black Lives Matter. All lives will matter when Black Lives Matter. 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 in the face! Punch a Nazi 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 in the face! Every nation, every race! Punch a Nazi in the face! Our streets!
no banner. I don't.
Our
Take that shit down. Take that shit down.
Our streets. 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 Our streets.
Not you. Listen, not you.
Who's holding that shit? Who's holding that shit? Who was holding that shit? Who was holding? Who was holding that shit?
The dude with the goggles, I said I don't trust that dude. The dude with the goggles and the prep glasses.
It's okay, we have some stuff to throw. Let's go, let's go. You can rap and rip at the same time.
What
just happened? Somebody put a banner, somebody was holding a banner, somebody shoved this really disgusting banner up for a second. Somebody made a fake name. He ran away. Kim got to look at him.
Got to go. Great Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Great Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Great Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Great Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Great Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Great Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go.
Alright guys, so as you can see, someone when it's snuck, let's just not even, we're not even going to describe the banner. You guys seen what the banner looked like. But there's clearly no control of who and what organizations are here. It's just a bunch of people. Someone snuck a banner. The protesters willingly grabbed the banner and not realize what the banner was. You'll be able to see it in the replay. I'm clearly keeping this video up so you'll be able to see what the banner said. But it had something about, I think, no pedo bashing. I'm gonna let you guys get back to the protest.
White supremacy's got to go. Hey, Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey, Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey, Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. White supremacy's got to go. White supremacy's got to go.
Yeah, Kyle, I know, man. It's a little testy out here. I'll be all right, though. It's not my first time at the rodeo. Thank you, though. Hey, what's going on? Welcome everybody who just joined the scope. It's a lot going on, so from time to time I won't be able to check the comments because I have to pay attention to what's going on around me. There's a lot of protesters, a lot of police. There's some people hiding within the group of protesters that are actually against the protesters. So I'm paying attention to what's going on around me. If I don't see your comments, I don't answer a question, bear with me, repost your questions, and I'll try to get back to you.
Fighting for justice. Everywhere we go, these pigs wanna know. These pigs wanna know. Fighting for justice, trans liberation, and queer liberation, and workers' liberation. Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face. Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face. Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face. Punch a Nazi in the face. Punch a Nazi in the face. Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face. Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face. Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face. Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face.
Alright guys, so we just got onto Columbia University's campus, and it may get a little feisty. We don't know what I don't know what we're getting into. I don't know who's already here and what's the setup, what the scenario is. So I will try to be as vigilant as possible to keep the scope going, to stay safe and not get arrested. Stay tuned.
Don't you know? Hey Columbia, 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 don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Circle up! Circle up! Form a circle! So we're gonna do an opening with Asada Shakur, I would hope.
Yes!
Would you guys want to lead it?
Yes,
Hold hands. Solidarity.
Where's the bullhorn? Bullhorn, anyone?
We're gonna do them. Let's just do a mic check. So hold hands. You're gonna lead it.
No, they have the bullhorn right there.
Mic check!
Mic check!
Hold hands, guys.
Racist people don't hold hands.
Hold hands. Get to know each other.
Racist people don't hold hands.
Hey, you wanna lead it, girl?
Yeah. Everybody back up.
Hey, what's going on?
Go in the middle.
Yeah. Ready? Ready? Good. Hold hands. You guys can do it.
Everybody, link arms.
Hold hands! Everybody hold hands!
This side.
Ready?
Link up.
Link up! Link up! Hold
Link
hands
up.
together!
Back.
Spread out! Circle up!
We want it as loud as we can. If you're fighting for black liberation, if you're fighting for brown liberation, you're fighting for indigenous liberation, we want to hear this as loud as fucking we can, okay?
Okay.
Lead them. Thank you.
Repeat after us! Repeat after us! Okay.
Now, 1, 2, 3. It is our duty to fight for our freedom!
It is our duty to fight for our freedom! It is our duty to win! It is our duty to win! We must love and protect each other! We must love and support each other! We have nothing to lose but our chains! We have nothing to lose but our chains!
Again. Ready?
Yeah, go.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom!
It is our duty to fight for our freedom!
It is our duty to win!
It is our duty to win!
We
I think the reason why people were going to investigate it is like they bombed.
I don't know how to set this up though.
Mic check.
Mic check!
Mic check.
Mic check!
I would like to tell you some facts
I would like to tell you some facts
about a man
about a man
who was murdered
who was murdered
by a white supremacist.
by a white supremacist.
A white supremacist
A white supremacist
that the speaker here is currently supporting and supported after the murders. Fact one. Clemente Carlos Piccini
Clemente Carlos Piccini
was a 41-year-old black man,
was a 41-year-old black man,
father of two, from Charleston, South Carolina.
from Charleston, South Carolina.
He was pastor
He was pastor
of Emmanuel AME Church
of Emmanuel AME Church
and a state senator.
and a state senator.
Clemente was a leader in the fight
Clemente was a leader in the fight
against police brutality
against police brutality
after the murder of Walter Scott.
after the murder of Walter Scott.
Fact two.
Fact two.
On June 17,
On June 17,
2015,
2015,
Reverend Pickney was leading Bible study
was leading Bible study
at the church
at the church
when Dylan Roof,
when Dylan Roof,
a self-proclaimed white supremacist,
a self-proclaimed white supremacist,
arrived. Congregants invited him in
Congregants invited him in
to join their study.
to join their study.
While the congregants closed their eyes
While the congregants closed their eyes
for prayer, Roof stood up and said, I'm here to kill and shoot black people.
I'm here to kill and shoot black people.
And shot Clemente in the head, killing him. Fact three. Although he was considered armed and dangerous, Shelby County Police arrested Roof without the use of force. Officers then offered to buy him food from a local Burger King. Think about that for a second. They offered to buy a racist murderer food. Just after he murdered people in a church. Fuck that shit. Fact four. In response to the national outcry over this massacre, white nationalist Mike Cernovich tweeted, spare us the sanctimony. Cernovich's claims of white genocide were echoed by Roof, who said during the shooting that black Americans are raping our women and taking over our country. Fact five. Along with killing Reverend Pickney, Roof membered church members, murdered church members, excuse me. DePayne Middleton, Dr. Daniel Simmons, Sharonda Coleman Singleton, Cynthia Marie Graham Hurd, Susie Jackson, Ethel Lee Lance, Tawanza Sanders, and Mira Thompson. He murdered peaceful, innocent people in a church. They were praying. He did this in the name. He did this to secure a white ethno state. That is what the speaker at Columbia tonight is supporting. He is supporting murderers like Dylan Roof.
He is supporting murderers like Dylan Roof.
Like James Alex Fields Jr.
Like James Alex Fields Jr.
Who murdered someone in Charlottesville.
Who murdered someone in Charlottesville.
This year.
This year.
If you believe.
If you believe.
That this is fucking bullshit.
That this is fucking bullshit.
If you believe.
If you believe.
That Nazi fascist fucking scum.
That Nazi fascist fucking scum.
Should not be allowed on our campuses.
Should not be allowed on our campuses.
Or anywhere.
Or anywhere.
If you believe.
If you believe.
That Black Lives Matter.
That Black Lives Matter.
Then raise your fist.
Then raise your fist.
In solidarity.
In solidarity.
Raise your fucking fist, y'all.
Raise your fist and get a fist.
Black, all lives matter.
When Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. When Black Lives Matter.
All lives when Black Lives Matter. All lives matter.
When Black Lives Matter.
All lives matter.
When Black Lives Matter.
All lives matter.
When Black Lives Matter.
All lives matter.
When Black Lives Matter.
All lives matter.
When Black Lives Matter.
All right, guys. So I think that was the conclusion of the People's Monday for the Reverend killed by Dylan Roof in Charleston, South Carolina. The Liberation Coalition, I believe they're going to head to Lerner Hall where Mike Cernovich is actually speaking right now. I don't know what the scenario is, or whether we're getting inside, if we will be allowed inside, if I have to stop recording. If so, you guys can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is ISSA KHARI, ISSA KHARI. If I have to go and tweet the rest of the coverage of the protest, I will. But make sure you guys follow me on Twitter.
When Black Lives Matter. Lives matter.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. When Black Lives Matter.
All lives matter.
When Black Lives Matter.
With
Free speech is fascist thuggery. Free speech is fascist thuggery. Free speech is fascist thuggery.
No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist police. 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 No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist police.
Free speech ain't hate speech. Free speech ain't hate speech.
Free speech ain't hate speech. Free speech ain't hate speech. Free speech ain't hate speech.
So as you guys can see, the protesters actually broke past the gate. There was a gate not letting them in, and they had just broke past the gate. Protesters are entering Lerner Hall right now, where Mike Cernovich is actually speaking.
Nazi scum off our streets! 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 Nazi scum off our streets!
Pack the space, we're packing the space. Pack the space.
Sorry, excuse me.
Fascist thuggery! Not free speech! It's fascist thuggery! It's fascist thuggery! It's fascist thuggery!
Alright guys, so I'm going to try to get in a little bit closer. We're pushing the limit of how far I can go. This is private property, but I'm going to go in a little bit to see what's going on.
They don't get no peace! If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace! If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace! If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace! If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace! If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace! If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace! If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace! If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace!
security.
arrest and brutalize students. To let a right-winger.
Yeah, no, get off that. They have weird ass views. They have a lot of. That's solid.
Free speech, free speech. You don't practice what you preach. Free speech, free speech. You don't practice what you preach. Free speech, free speech. You don't practice what you preach. Free speech, free speech. You don't practice what you preach.
Okay. We are three black women.
We are three black women.
From the Liberation Coalition. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Mic check.
Last time they were here, student initiative. Stop the fascist speaker.
Stop the fascist speaker.
Speak in this campus.
Speak in this campus.
What came about?
What came about?
What's supposed to be non-violent interaction?
What's supposed to be nonviolent interaction?
What the school failed to protect the student of this campus.
Failed to protect the students of this campus.
Some of the students have been placed in disciplinary action. Simply for telling that no fascists are allowed in this campus. Mic check.
bigotry. We're protesting politics of bigotry. And against all marginalized people. And against all marginalized people. The university today. The university today. Send out a notice to all protesters. Send out a notice to all protesters. Who are being disciplined for lots of protest against the fascists. Who are being disciplined for lots of protest against fascists. Tommy Robinson. That they're no longer that they're not being punished. That they're not being punished. I cannot help. I cannot help. But be suspicious. But be suspicious. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. Suzanne Goldberg. Who is judge, jury, and executioner. Who is judge, jury, and executioner. Wanted every student. To admit that they had violated the rules by protesting. To admit they had violated the rules by protesting. This time. This time. Go, go, go.
Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Mike Cernovich speaking at Columbia.
Mike Cernovich speaking at Columbia
is not free speech.
Is not free speech.
This is not about free speech.
This is not about free speech.
This is about a fascist thug.
This is about a fascist thug
that has no place on this campus.
That has no place on this campus.
And no place in society.
And no place in society.
This fascist regime
that has the highest
offices of power
that has the highest offices of power
is unleashing its thugs at campuses across the country. It is an existential threat. To humanity. And the fate of the planet. This nightmare must end. This nightmare must end. On November 4th. On November 4th. It begins. Protest in the streets. Day after day. Night after night. Until this regime is out of power. And its fascist thugs are out of the streets. Day after day. Night after night. Day after day. Night after night. November 4th. It begins.
It's not free speech, it's fascist thuggery. 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 It's not free speech. Mic check. Who upholds the face of white supremacy? I'm speaking to those black and brown officers blocking the students from entering.
Listen to those black and white officers blocking the students from entry.
Because when you are out of uniform, you are a target, and you are allowing a fucking white supremacist and a white rape-apologist to speak here. They're your goddamn overseers. Do you know how the police formed? The police were formed to catch fucking black people, enslave black people, and you're speaking for a fucking white supremacist. You are protecting a fucking white supremacist who would have you killed and locked up when your ass is not in that goddamn blue uniform. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're upholding white supremacy. You're protecting a white supremacist.
Fuck that!
When you're not in that uniform, you're a fair game. Just remember that shit. Mic check. You have to repeat. This month, President Bollinger made a choice when he said he would allow white supremacist speakers on this campus. President Bollinger chose white supremacy. Columbia University has chosen white supremacy. What do we choose? Justice. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice.
Is tiny. You're like 1% times less than
push the status quo.
We know what it means to push the status quo.
We know what it means to upend conventional discourse.
We know what it means to upend conventional discourse.
We upset people when it gets too comfortable.
We upset people when it gets too comfortable.
We did it in 1968.
We did it in 1968.
With conversation about Colombia occupying Harlem.
The conversation about Colombia occupying Harlem.
And 50 years later, we keep that tradition.
And 50 years later, we keep that tradition.
Fighting white supremacy on this campus.
Fighting white supremacy on this campus.
We know what radical action is.
We know what radical action is.
There is nothing radical.
There is nothing radical.
There is nothing revolutionary.
There is nothing revolutionary.
About anti-black.
About anti-black.
About anti-Semitic.
About anti-Semitic.
About anti-trans.
About anti-trans.
About anti-queer.
About anti-queer.
About anti-woman.
About anti-woman.
About anti-Muslim.
About anti-Muslim.
About anti-immigrant.
About anti-immigrant.
There is nothing radical about the speech tonight.
There is nothing radical about the speech tonight.
It can never be radical.
It can never be radical.
When the speech is racist.
When the speech is racist.
Don't be beguiled.
Don't be beguiled.
By a few white men.
By a few white men.
With a few big words.
With a few big words.
They are the voices.
They are the voices.
Of terrorism.
Of terrorism.
They are the apologists.
They are the apologists.
Of rape.
Of rape.
They are the apologists.
They are the apologists.
Of anti-Semitism.
Of anti-Semitism.
This is inspiration.
This is inspiration.
For racism.
For racism.
You are not innocent actors.
You are not innocent actors.
Violence you endorse.
Violence you endorse.
It's very real.
Is very real.
It is not theory.
It is not theory.
It is not confined to a classroom.
It is not confined to a classroom.
This stat is real.
The stat is real.
The impact is immediate.
The impact is immediate.
And Colombia funds white supremacists. Colombia funds white supremacy.
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 Anti-Semitism. You're endorsing a speaker that promotes violence against black, brown, women, Jews. That's who the fuck you're protecting. Who do you protect and who do you serve? Because it's not us. You're protecting them. Who do you protect? Who do you serve? 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 Who do you protect? Who do you serve?
Racist, sexist, anti-gay, NYPD, go away!
Racist, sexist, anti-gay. NYPD, go away. Racist, sexist, anti-gay. NYPD, go away. Racist, sexist.
Screaming.
CNCR!
Fuck CNCR!
Fuck college Republicans!
Fuck college Republicans!
Bring white supremacists!
Bring white supremacists!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
We're gonna coordinate chants with the people inside, okay?
We're going to coordinate chants with the people inside.
Hey Columbia, don't you know?
White supremacy's got to go!
Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Hey Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go! Go home! Go home! Go home! Go home! Go home! Go home! Go home!
It's not free speech, it's fascist mockery!
Do you take that off when you put on your uniform? Sure. Tomorrow. Where do you stand on this side of the street? Where do you choose to be? That's what it is right now.
Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach! Free speech! Free speech! You don't practice what you preach!
Punch a Nazi in the face! Cowards! Fucking cowards! Let us in!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face!
Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face. Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face. Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face. Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face. Every nation, every race, punch a Nazi in the face.
Every nation, every race,
Punch a Nazi in the face.
every nation, every race,
Punch a Nazi in the face.
every nation, every race,
Punch a Nazi in the face.
every nation, every race,
Punch a Nazi in the face.
every nation, every race,
Punch a Nazi
in the face. Every nation, every race.
Punch a Nazi in the face.
Muslims are not terrorists.
Straight up. Straight up.
No justice, no peace. Nazis don't get off our streets. No justice, no peace. Nazis don't get off our streets. No justice, no peace.
Nazis come get off our streets.
No justice, no peace. Nazis come get off our streets. No justice, no peace. Nazis come get off our streets. No justice, no peace. Nazis come get off our streets. No justice, no peace. Nazis come get off our streets. No justice, no peace. Nazis come get off our streets. No justice, no peace. Nazis come get off our streets. No justice, no peace. Nazis come get off our streets. No justice, no peace. Nazis come get off our streets. No justice, no peace. Nazis come get off our streets. No justice, no peace. Nazis come get off our streets. No justice, no peace. Nazis come get off our streets. No justice, no peace.
Every nation, every race. Every nation, every race. Every nation, every race.
We want to remind you.
Senator, on black and brown lives. On black and brown lives. Black and brown people. And black and brown voices. And black and brown voices.
You are a comrade.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Stand in support of those voices.
All right, guys. So it looks like they're not going to let any of the other demonstrators in. The energy is starting to die. I don't know how long they plan to be out here. Maybe until I guess they're trying to get the whole thing canceled. I don't even know if Cernovich is actually inside. But we have. Let me let you guys see the crowd out here. It's a decent sized crowd out here.
No peace. No peace. Justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Justice. No peace.
I'm not gonna front. I'm getting a little tired right now. I don't know where this is headed. I'm feeling like I should just end the stream. What do you guys think? I don't think go home. Yeah, I'm feeling like going home. It's heading to jail, bro. Yeah, I guess I could rock out with you guys a little bit. Go ahead, man. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, to be real with you. There's a few protesters who did get inside. I think they let in probably like 5 or maybe, I don't even want to say 5. I think maybe 3 or 4 got in. who knows if anybody's actually inside of the speaking engagement at all. No problem. This is why I do it. I do it so people can see what's going on. None of that fake news stuff. There's no editing. You guys get it straight as if you were here yourselves. So I appreciate everybody who's in the stream, everybody who's tweeting out the stream, following, everybody who's followed. I do believe I got featured. It's the only way I think I would have this many viewers. So I think the stream did get featured. Cussing in public like that. I guess they're angry. So sometimes when people are angry, they decide to use profane language. I'm staying as safe as possible. I don't think anything. Cops haven't come in yet. And so I would assume it's not going to get any more dangerous unless a fight breaks out. And it doesn't look like it's that type of energy tonight. Things look cool. Campus security is here. There's been a few scuffles between, I guess, supporters of Cernovich, or maybe just some people who look like they're bored on a damn Monday night and they look like they wanted some trouble. It's featured. That's cool. That's cool. So I guess I gotta update my profile to 5 times featured. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I decided to get out. I was, as you guys can see, I was all the way up front by the desk, and it was just a little too tight, and the energy is dying. So I'd rather be out here, get some fresh air. Campus security is at the door. They had two campus security officers at the door, and they were helping check in people's ID, and then I guess they stopped after a while. Because they didn't want to let too many protesters in. Imagine if they check all the IDs, everybody who's protesting has ID, for the most part. I would assume everyone here has ID, so when you end up letting a couple hundred of protesters inside of Cernovich's speaking engagement, it won't necessarily be too good. I could see that being an issue for his safety. So I think they did the right thing by not letting any protesters in. But at the same time, if it's a panel and it's supposed to be an open discussion, then maybe you should. So, it's a matter. Those matters are above my head. I'm just a simple journalist running around with a camera. Where is the speech? The speech is here. Let me show you. It's here at Columbia University.
Alfred Lerner Hall. So this is where we're at. We're at Columbia University. If you've ever been here, you would recognize the campus. So we're at Alfred Lerner Hall. This is where.
My name is Lerner. On the art scene, I'm known as ISSA KHARI, which you guys see as my my Periscope and Twitter handle. Thanks, Jack. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I do this on a regular. I've been doing this for about 3 years now, so I'm a little desensitized to the cops and the anger. I kind of learned to focus on paying attention to anything that's dangerous happening for footage sake and also for my own safety. But I've been doing this for a while, so I got the hang of it now. My name isn't on here. I'm pretty sure my name is somewhere on there. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate you. Shaveen, what's going on, Shaveen? I see you in there too. And guys, you can follow me on Twitter. Sometimes there's times where I'm not able to actually live stream. If I go into private locations, that's considered trespassing in certain cases. So follow me on Twitter and you can stay up to date with any time I'm out here covering protests in the New York City areas. ISSA KHARI. You can find me on Twitter. Midwest gal, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who's following me. Am I a journalist wannabe? Nah, I actually have press credentials, so I'm a real journalist. Photojournalist to be exact. And I'm gonna get the camera off my mug and let you guys. Mike Cernovich is scoping.
I see you guys saying Cernovich is scoping. Is Cernovich scoping from inside the lecture hall?
That is the place of higher learning. Happening in there. It's a discussion.
He shared my stream.
Oh. Interesting. Let's go. Well, I guess in a sense I should thank Cernovich for sharing my stream. It explains why there's so many trolls inside my scope. If someone's, all right, so you're saying someone else is scoping right now. Are they scoping from the crowd or are they scoping from inside the lecture hall? Inside scoping? Laura Loomer is inside scoping? Okay. So can she see the crowd? Did you see the NAMBLA sign? The NAMBLA sign was actually on my feed. If you were one of the first people to catch it when I went live, you can see the protesters holding up the NAMBLA sign and being infuriated once they realize what the sign said. But you got to go back and watch the replay when the scope is over. Let me see. Let me get a little bit closer and see what's going on.
It's not free speech, it's fascist thuggery. It's not free speech, it's fascist thuggery. It's not free speech, it's fascist thuggery.
What's going on?
Free speech, it's fascist thuggery.
Let's see if I can find someone who can.
White supremacy is full of fucking distractions. I don't know why we're here. We are here for black and brown people. We are here for black and brown voices. We are here for black and brown lives.
Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go. Hey, Columbia, don't you know? White supremacy's got to go.
All right, guys. So I have one of the protesters here, Mike. He's going to speak on what's going on. You guys asked about Cernovich and November 4th, so I found someone who wants to go and, basically let you guys know what's going on.
This is Mike. Hey, Mike.
So first and foremost, I want to make sure that the viewers know that.
I know you guys can't hear, so I'm going to pull away from the crowd a little bit.
I want to make sure that your viewers know that we are in Harlem. Columbia University is a Ivy League university right in the center of Harlem, one of New York City's black ghettos, one of the wealthiest institutions in the state, in the city, if not the country. And this institution has the audacity to invite Mike Cernovich to allow him to come speak. This is a decision made at the highest level of the university. The president, Bollinger, decided to give him permission to come speak. And in case you don't know, Mike Cernovich is a man who responded to the Charleston massacre by saying, "Oh, save the sanctimonies." When people were outcrying about how tragic this massacre was, he was saying, "Stop overreacting." This is the same Mike Cernovich who propagates the idea of white genocide, something that fascists across Europe and in the United States propagate, and something that Dylan Roof himself espoused as he proceeded to execute members of the AME Church in Charleston. And so we're here today to say, that this is not only is this wrong, not only this is not free speech, this is hate speech, but to do this and to allow this very same hate speech in the middle of a black community, a historical black community here in New York City, is more than a smack in the face. And so we're here to shut that shit down, and that's why I'm here tonight.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
All right, so that's Mike, one of the local protesters here. Thank you. One of the local protesters. He works with NYC Shut It Down. You guys might be familiar with him from my Monday protest. That is not free speech. So I mean, hate speech gets a little tricky. You guys condone people. Do you condone language that infringes upon the rights of others? I think that's the premise with with free speech. And free speech is government protected, meaning that the government won't infringe upon your right. Other citizens infringing upon your right is not protected by free speech, if you guys are familiar with the First Amendment. So protesters coming to shut down your speech isn't the same as the government coming to shut down your speech. He said college shouldn't allow him. I mean, that is his opinion, and this is why they're out here. Actions infringe, not words. Sorry, they harm and destroy. You're a black racist. Cancel for Trump. Got a lot of trolls in here, man. Let me see. Let me get back in here and see what I can capture. See what's going on. Seems like the energy's picked back up in the crowd.
We got to fight back. We got to fight back. We got to fight back. Mike Cernovich, we got to fight back. Mike Cernovich, we got to fight back. 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 Said racism means we got to fight back. Said racism means we got to fight back. Said sexism means we got to fight back. Said sexism means we got to fight back. Mike Cernovich means we got to fight back. Mike Cernovich means we got to fight back. This
coming out to fight off and stave off this fascist on the campus, Mike Cernovich. So give yourself a motherfucking round of applause for being here. Oh, man. But we need to be fucking real right now. It is 1933 in Germany, and Hitler is rising to power. And his thugs are in the streets brutalizing people. And he's sending them to the universities. Students are coming out, rightfully so, to protest and to fight back. But guess what? Hundreds of thousands of people fought back in Germany, and it did not prevent the Holocaust. We have to do more than fight back. We have to win. We have to win. And that requires a strategy. We're not just about fighting back, but about fucking driving these fascists out of the White House and all of our streets altogether. They have no place in society. And that takes transforming this outrage that's here today, this moment of rage, into a plan and a strategy to drive them out.
What does it look like?
And what it looks like is starting November 4th, every day, in the streets, every night, in the streets, until they are gone. Looking at South Korea, looking at Tahrir Square, how it happened in Egypt, going from thousands to millions, to hundreds of thousands and millions across the country and across the planet. That's what this has to be the beginning of. Or guess what? It's not going to mean shit in the final analysis. It's going to mean that we fought back, yeah, but that millions were crushed underfoot. DACA students do not have till 2018. Heather Heyer, who was killed in Charlottesville, does not have until 2018. She is dead. And millions more will follow and suffer her fate. If this outrage tonight does not get transformed into sustained action and protest, and with refuse fascism, that is what we're calling for. That is what this tonight can be the beautiful beginning of. So if you hate this shit, put your fist in the air right now. For black lives, for brown lives, but for all the lives for the humanity, for all the lives on the planet. And repeat after me. In the name of humanity.
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 We refuse.
We refuse
to accept a fascist America.
A fascist America.
We will not accommodate.
We will not accommodate.
We will not conciliate.
We will not conciliate.
We will rise up.
We will rise up.
We will rise up.
We will rise up.
Day after day.
Day after day.
Night after night.
Night after night.
Until they are gone.
Until they are gone.
Off of our streets.
Off of our streets.
Off of our campuses.
Off of our campuses.
And off the motherfucking White House.
And out of the motherfucking White House.
We refuse to accept.
We refuse to accept
a fascist America.
A fascist America.
Thank you.
Mic check. Mic check. You don't have to repeat. So we're fighting a lot more than Mike Cernovich today. Y'all see Thomas Jefferson out there?
That's for damn sure.
Y'all see Butler over there? Y'all know the core, you know Lidholm, you know CC, you know our colonized ass education. We have a lot to fight on this campus. We are members of the Liberation Coalition, dedicated to building a sustained movement to fighting white supremacy on Columbia's campus and in the greater Harlem area.
So, coming up on November 13th, it's a Monday, the Liberation Coalition is hosting an event. It's a public forum. You can learn more about the sustainable movement against white supremacy that we're organizing. This doesn't end after this event. This doesn't end after tonight. This event is continuing on. So come out on November 13th. Check out Facebook. We're still confirming a space, but go hit up Liberation Coalition on Facebook.
Thank you.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
We need to put a name.
We need to put a name.
And a face.
And a face.
To these Nazi fucks.
To these Nazi fucks.
So when we say. Fuck the college Republicans.
Fuck the college Republicans.
We mean. Fuck every member.
Fuck every member.
Of its cracker clan.
Of its cracker clan.
Fuck Aristotle Basalis.
Fuck Aristotle Basalis.
Fuck Chris Bolton.
Fuck Chris Bolton.
Fuck Lindsay Mendelson.
Fuck Lindsay Mendelson.
Fuck Marissa Sylvester.
Fuck Marissa Sylvester.
Fuck Joey Siegel.
Fuck Joey Siegel.
Fuck Maggie O'Neill.
Fuck Maggie O'Neill.
Fuck Morgan Rome.
Fuck Morgan Rome.
And fuck President Bollinger.
And fuck President Bollinger.
One more time. Fuck Aristotle Basalis.
Fuck Aristotle Basalis.
Fuck Chris Bolton.
Fuck Chris Bolton.
Fuck Lindsay Mendelson.
Fuck Lindsay Mendelson.
Fuck Marissa Sylvester.
Fuck Marissa Sylvester.
Fuck Joey Siegel.
Fuck Joey Siegel.
Fuck Maggie O'Neill.
Fuck Maggie O'Neill.
Fuck Morgan Morin.
Fuck Morgan Morin.
And fuck President Bollinger.
And fuck President Bollinger.
Sorry, safety announcement real quick. We just got notified that there are fascists outside of this venue, so if you do decide to leave, don't leave alone. Especially black and brown folks. Thank you.
See some light? See some light? Gotcha. Alright guys, so it looks like there's another mic check. Do I support Antifa? I support people's rights to express themselves how they see fit. I'm an artist, so I wouldn't suppress anybody's right to express themselves, but when it comes to infringing upon other people's rights, that's a different matter. Antifa and BLM are domestic terrorists. You guys got to come up with some better material, man. And you guys are bad trolls, man. You got to come up with some new material. I done seen every comment you guys can come up with, and I'm from the hood, so comment sections don't really bother me. More importantly, this isn't about me. This is more about what's going on inside.
You are paying for white supremacy. That's real shit.
We totally can drive them out of power, but we need to confront what it is that we're facing. It's so bad that Colombia chose to do this, but goddamn, it's really bad that there's Christian fascists in the White House. This 2,000-year-old mentality because, by the way, she's the Secretary of Education for the entire country. It's so dangerous and deadly.
Like, when we say that we need to drive out the whole Trump and Pence regime, we're not just saying this because this is what we decided to focus on with our little thing. We're saying this because this is literally what we're facing. What kind of future are we going to have? What kind of education do you have with Betsy fucking Blackwater as Christian fascist the boss running the education department? This is just for real. This is for real. It's like you can't even make this stuff up. When we say come out on November 4th and continue to protest until they're gone, we're not saying sign up for our organization and come to endless meetings until we all die of old age. We're saying they're trying to fucking nuke the planet. We've seen what nuclear weapons do to people. Donald fucking Trump says he doesn't see anything wrong with destroying 25 million people in Korea. These are our people. You want to talk about black and brown bodies? Talk about blackened bodies after a nuclear, like, any black and brown people want to bombing? God damn. I mean, this is really dangerous what we're facing. And it's more than just us here right now. We need to come together. Everyone that woke up after last year's election and realized that it's a nightmare, you can't go back to sleep. It hasn't gotten any less outrageous to have Donald Trump in the White House. It just hasn't. This is the reason why thugs like Cernovich and Yiannopoulos and fucking Coulter feel like they can come onto the campuses. This is why. Because they're being given backing by the presidency. I'm sorry, things were horrible under Obama's presidency, but he was not funding white supremacists to come onto the campuses to fashion his agenda. Of course, there was no saint. Let's go there. But look, this is what we're facing, and we need to confront this reality right now. On November 4th, it is serious. Get into the streets. Begin a movement in Times Square at 2 o'clock. Begin a movement of people that refuse to accept a fascist America. Whether they are on your campuses, whether they are just in any other institution. They're coming from the White House and they're coming for group after group of people. You guys heard about Rosa, right? The young woman who, after her surgery, got dragged out of the hospital room. This is fascism. ICE is dragging people out of hospital rooms. This is happening in our society right now. Families are being split apart. People are terrorized. This is horrific what's happening in this country. We need to not just show up and express our anger one day. We need to stop this from happening. It is not okay. It's just not okay. So on November 4th, it is real. Bring your signs. Bring one another. Make your own things. Come together. Bring your neighbors and your friends, but come out. And keep coming out until they're gone. Just because you don't get what you want on one day doesn't mean you don't keep going. Just because it's been a year since Trump has been in office doesn't make it any less outrageous. On November 4th at 2 p.m. in Times Square, this is for real. And this is not just because it's our thing. This is humanity and what we're facing. Come out into the streets. Thank you for letting me use this.
Do any black or brown people want to speak? Let's do what's about our voices, y'all. Anyone want to speak? Any black and brown people? Come in.
My name is Kira Martinez. I'm here from the School of Social Work today. And I'm just here to thank you all for showing up. There are a lot of students out there who are walking by, going about their business, but I really appreciate that all of you showed up today because this really is about the culture of white supremacy that we are seeing spread all over our country and infiltrating our campus. And I don't feel safe anymore, and none of us should feel safe anymore because this system is designed to oppress us and make sure that we don't feel safe. Right? I called my mom on the way over here and I said, Mom, I'm going to a protest against white supremacy. There's a white supremacy speaking on campus. She wasn't surprised. She just said, be safe, Mika. You saw what happened in Charlottesville. They want us to be afraid. But I will not be afraid, and neither will you, because we're all here standing together in solidarity. Thank you.
Any other black and brown people want to speak?
Hello, I'm Mike from NYC Shut It Down. We did the facts earlier.
Woo!
I just want to say that who out there, this is their first anti-fascist protest? All right, y'all been out here. All right, been out here. That's good. Well, then maybe this is this your first anti-fascist protest at Columbia University? All right. Okay. There we go. Well, that's good to see that starting to form, because I wanted to start with that, the fact that we're at Columbia University. What Columbia University is, it is a rich and powerful Ivy League institution in the middle of a black ghetto. Okay, so we got to understand that. So for this institution, for this school, this university, to then invite someone who preaches white genocide, who preaches that black people are taking over the country, are raping white women, all the fascist slogans that we've heard since emancipation, through the Klan, through Klan terrorism, through Jim Crow, to bring that then right here into this historically black community and give him a platform to continue this hate speech. This is not free speech. This is hate speech. Bringing a rapist who denies the existence of date rape onto a college campus where rape is endemic is yelling fire in a movie theater. It is not free speech. So I'm happy to see that you guys are here at Columbia resisting. And I hope that you continue to resist, because that's what we need to do to organize no platform resistance across our city, and especially on your campus. All right, so that's all I have to say.
Any other black and brown people want to speak? Oh, go on. Hey, y'all.
Julia.
Hi, my name is Julia. I'm a Mexican-Palestinian student on and I just want to say something really quickly about the CU college Republicans. This is not the first time they have done this shit. In 2006, the Columbia University College Republicans brought in the Minutemen. Does anyone know who the Minutemen are? They are a militia that operated on the U.S. and Mexico border, killing people trying to cross. They were then indicted for murder. Or after the CUCR fucking assholes brought them to campus. They went to jail for murder. So they have been doing this for a long time. They are not going to stop. They will keep doing this shit. And right now they're empowered. And so I just want to share that, because that was 11 years ago. And we're still doing the same shit. But yeah, I'm really mad. And I'm glad you guys are mad too. And we gotta stay out here and just keep it fucking moving. Alright.
Anyone else want to go? Black and brown students?
Hey y'all. I'm Corinne. And I just want everyone to know, white people, y'all got too fucking comfortable. You have some fucking nerve. Coming in here, trying to think you're not in Harlem. Because you're in fucking Harlem. I don't live in Morningside Heights. I've always lived in Harlem. And this blood money you're sitting on, this blood money you're thriving and learning on, that shit is not gonna cut it no more. So fuck you, CU Republicans. You ain't shit.
Yeah, tell them.
And you're not worth our space.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to go up? We want to hear from you.
You better talk that talk.
Someone over there? We want to hear the voices of the people who are most affected by this.
No. I mean, I think it should be opened up to everybody. And anybody who hates this shit.
Because that's what it's going to take to end it. Like, if it was only up to the Jews to end, they wouldn't have done it. Everybody needs to be a part of this shit. It's the wrong line. Go for it.
My name is Mohammed. I'm a Pakistani student on campus. I just want to talk about, like, this movement is a global movement. We don't realize it, but white supremacy effects go outside the borders of the United States. It started 2 wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. It destroyed communities. White supremacy destroyed Harlem. It set back Harlem for decades. It destroyed communities in my city, where I'm from, in Kansas City. It destroys communities all over the world. It destroyed Afghanistan. It destroyed Iraq. It destroyed my original home of Pakistan. And it's going to destroy every single black and brown nation if it's not stopped. And we are at the place where we can stop it now at the beginning. We are at one of the greatest institutions in the world, but it's that institution because of the legacy of white supremacy. Like, follow the money. The $9 billion endowment is white supremacist money. White supremacy exists in this government because it is financially profitable. That's why it exists. It exists on this campus because it is financially profitable. That's why Lee Bollinger allowed white supremacists on this campus in the first place, because it is financially profitable for Columbia. We gotta fight back. So raise your fists. Let's go.
Anyone else want to go up?
Hey.
Hi everyone, my name is Otan Yvonne. I'm Nigerian American / Black. I'm from Michigan. I just want to share some words from Maya Angelou just to lift our spirits. I know a lot of us are angry right now, really affected by this bullshit on our campus. Really affected by these Mayo-ass people having platforms to speak Mayo-ass words.